Flosstube. This is Liz again. Can't believe I'm back. Here to show you some of my whips today and also my plans for the new year, which is hilarious because I typically don't plan out my stitching. I have been watching your videos though. Oh my gosh, so many of you have so many amazing plans. I cannot wait to see how you do with them. But for me, stitching has always been such a hobby for me that and I work a lot. And so when it turns into work for me because I've made too many plans or I'm, pressuring myself to do stuff, that doesn't work. I lose my stitching bug. So I have always been very much the I'm going to do whatever the heck I want to do person. So we're going to try some plans this year, though. We'll see how that goes. So first up, we're going to show you some of the things that I've been working on in the last 2 weeks. First, we've got this Thomas Kincaid Everett's Cottage again. Made some headway the last couple days. It's looking like this. Still tons of work to do, but I got around that bottom corner, which makes me so happy. I think some of you can understand that excitement of hitting that corner when you start in the middle. Next up, Aurora Cabin. This is a dimensions one. And both of these are kits, and I used all the materials from the kit. Although Aurora Cabin, well, I've had some problems with dimensions lately. And some of you may have had problems with them too. This kit went into timeout for a long time because they left out the color that is used the most in this kit. They left it out completely. I contacted Dimensions and they asked me to send a picture showing that I didn't have the color. I'm still not sure what they expected to see there. And then they told me, well, that's DMC 311, go buy it yourself. So needless to say, I didn't take that real well. I wasn't real happy about that since I paid for a full kit. But I went and did that. And so I'm finally back to this one. Not a lot done. But this area up in the sky is what I was working on this last week. And it's 6-ply, half cross. And it's honestly a little painful to do. It hurts my arm, hurts my hand. So yeah, I think this one's going to be a slow one. Those 6-plies are really, really difficult. So, but I'm glad I got it out because I was mad at it and I put things in timeout when I get mad, as I'm sure some of you also do. Next up is this kit that I got when it was brand new. This is Curiosity from Busilla. I bought this in 1996. I remember working on it in my dorm room in college, but I love this pattern. It is just the coolest to me. I don't know what it is, the colors, the warmth of it, something. But so here's my start from 1996. Now, it looks better back, but when you come up front, you can see the coverage is not great. This is 14 count Ada, of course, which is what like all the kits were back in 96. And honestly, I pulled this out. It's dirty too. I don't think it's showing, but it's pretty dirty. I wasn't real good at keeping things clean back then and, putting them in bags. So it's a bit dirty. The coverage isn't great. Because this is a very old kit, there is a ton of floss left over. So I decided to restart this using the same floss on, I think this is 16 count Ada. Looks amazingly better. I'm not sure if it'll focus on these stitches, but you can see the coverage. The coverage is just so much better. It's such a nicer fabric to work with. And it's not dirty. So, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have enough floss because they give you a ton, especially back in those days. They gave you so much floss. I would always end up having a bunch left over. So we're going to see how it goes. But I'm so excited to restart this because I just love this kit so much. And it was really special to me when I got it. So another one that I've been working on Not a lot, but a little bit. Look, it's a small one. I do small projects every once in a while. This is Anne Boleyn. I love these little cushions so much. Here's what I have done on her. So not a ton, but a bit. And I made a companion piece last year, King Henry VIII. And I love this one. I really love the details in his outfit, all that back stitching. It was a lot of fun to stitch. So working on Anne, I want to get her finished this year. So he's got his wife with him, even if he, killed her. So that's everything that I've been working on. Not a lot, but again, like I was saying earlier, I don't have a rotation plan. I kind of just work on something until, when you're sitting there and you're staring at it and you're like, I don't know what color I want to do next or what piece I want to do next. That's kind of my clue that I'm done for right now. And so that's when I rotate on to another piece. That could be a week. It could be a day. It just kind of goes how it goes. So with that in mind, I decided that I'm going to do WIPGO this year. I have seen so many videos of people doing it. And it's funny because when I first was watching your videos and seeing the WIPGO, I was like, yeah, that's great. But no, I have plenty of WIPs that I could fill out my board with a different WIP for every one, but I decided not to do it that way. And the reason why is that I'm not someone who does really good at being told what to do. And even if I tell myself, like, you're going to work on this project this week, no, I will pull that project out and I'll stare at it for hours and go, yeah, no, I don't want to work on this. So I'm making my board extremely vague. I watched the video on how to do WIPGO, and I have to say that was amazing. It really helped just give me ideas and make me realize that, I could do it any way I want. So my squares have things like work on a Kincaid, because I have a few. I do have a Thomas Kincaid problem. Work on a Teresa Wensler. I have 3 in progress right now. Work on something I haven't touched in a while. That's nice and vague. I can pick out anything, really, to go with that. Something that only needs back stitching. I do have a few of those projects. As much as I actually love doing back stitching. Sometimes, you get to that point and you're just kind of, I'm good. I don't need to do it, but I do want to get those finished. I have a full coverage project, smaller project, which I do have a few. Something that has a really small number of stitches on it so far. So I did try Mania once a few years ago, ended up with 50 WIPs, which is fine. But some of those things I did that start on the day and then I never touched it again. So I'm going to do that as well. Then I have my free spot is actually New Start, which makes me really excited. I can't wait till they call that 13. And then I have a few things like work on something that's related to Christmas, work on something that's related to Paris, because I do have some kits from Paris, some of which I'm going to show you today. And then dimensions, of course, because I have a lot of dimensions. So I think this is really going to help me just, have something to work on, have it something I can pick kind of out of a bunch of different projects. It's not going to be like, you must work on this particular project. My goal for each call is going to be to work on the project for 5 days during the month. I think for me, that's going to be pretty easy. Depending on the project I pick, which of course I could pick something that I'm not too excited about and not really want to work on it. But I think that I'll do okay there. I think that 5 days during the month, and then, obviously the rest of the time, that's only 10 days for 2 projects. The rest of the time I can work on whatever is calling out to me. And I think I can do that. And then I set a goal for the year, which is to finish 4 projects, only 4, which I think is good, especially since I have so many large projects that are on the go. So that's my plan. The other plan that I'm kind of doing for myself is just to work on pulling out some of those older things that I haven't touched. Which sometimes, you know, we fall out of love with a project, we get it started, we're so excited about it, and then you get to a point where you're like, right? I mean, I think that happens to me all the time. I get bored with things. And for me, this is, you know, I'm a process stitcher. I've learned that about myself. I really enjoy the process of stitching. So I don't really care how many things I have going. I don't really care if I get them finished. But I do want to finish them. And I think that it's important to get some finishes. So I do want to work on finishing a few more things. We'll see how that goes. So things that I want to do in the new year. The first one I want to show you, well, I'm going to show you, I have a finished piece that I'm going to show you. This is from the Lady and the Unicorn series. That's a set of tapestries that are at the Cluny Museum. If you ever get a chance, it's my favorite museum in Paris. It's my favorite museum in the world. It's just amazing. These tapestries are beautiful. I have another one, and I bought both of these actually when I was in Paris. This one is called La Vue, and I cannot remember the name of the previous one, so I apologize for that. They're on this amazing dark red Aida fabric. So I'm working on her. She is one of the projects that will probably end up coming out from my WIPGO. And then the start that I want to do is I got this set of charts. They are just beautiful. Oh, it does not want to focus. Let's see if we can get it to focus here. Nope, doesn't want to. And this is an old dimensions chart. I got this off a stash unload. I can't remember what I paid for it, but it was nothing considering what this is. So old dimensions. Let's see if it even has a date on it. This is sense of hearing and sense of taste, which are not what the two that I have. I have La Vue, which is sight, sense of sight. And then the other one I think is actually, yeah, I can't remember what the other one is. But anyways, these are different. So, 1987. 1987 is when this came out. So I'm planning to try to get that same or a similar shade of red Aida. I don't have this kitted up at all yet, so that will be to come, but I love these tapestries so much. And I actually just got another chart off Stash Unload that's similar but different. Not the same style quite, but still meant to be off of these Cluny tapestries. So that one also is probably going to make its way into my start pile. And then I have a Mirabilia that I do have all kitted up. I've already got all of the floss. I've got the beads, all the specialty threads for this one. This is Lady of the Mist. She is just beautiful. It's funny, I was never really attracted to Mirabilias before, and I don't know what happened. My taste changed, I guess. And I really love these, and I have a few that I want to do. And I have one in progress right now. But I really want to get this one started. So when the 13th comes, this might be my new start. I'm going to be doing it on a 18 count Aida. I love these on 18. It's my favorite to use. It's a tannish color. This is a picture of this plus, and I can't remember. I think it's sand. But it's just a nice kind of tan color. I did a floss toss on it, and I think it's going to work really well. And I like it just a little bit better than the color they've got here, which just seems a little yellow to me. So that's going to be my next new start. So as usual, I don't talk a lot. I don't have a lot to say, but that's my plan. I guess we'll see how it goes. I will try to continue to keep track of what I'm working on, so I can show you my whips, show you any starts. Thank you so much to everyone who has watched and commented and subscribed. I'll be honest, I really didn't think anybody would watch or would care. So I really appreciate you commenting on my projects. And I appreciate all of you who follow me on Instagram. And send me your recommendations for Flosstubers. I watched a few before. I've followed a couple people in the past, and then I kind of fell out of it. And watching all of your videos has really just reignited my passion for cross stitch. It really has. The knitting is like put away for the moment. So really enjoy seeing everybody starts, really enjoy seeing the whips, and hearing about how you're working on things. I just think it's so cool that we all have this passion that we all love to do, and we do it different ways. We approach things differently. We have different things that we like about it, and it all looks amazing. So really good to watch all of that. And it just keeps me kind of, I guess, in the community, because I don't really know anybody in my life who also does cross stitch. Maybe a few people, but they're more quiet about it. And so seeing these people who are working on things all the time and making videos, it just really gets me excited. So thank you to all of you who I've been subscribing to. Really enjoy it. So that's it for me. See you next time.